Right, we'll begin at the State House, and President Bola Tinubu has assured of commitment to peace while demanding that those who perpetrated the recent killing of officers and soldiers on a peacekeeping mission in Delta State will be made to face the law. Delta State Governor Sheriff Orobwari revealed this after briefing the president over the incident. Fielding questions from State House correspondents after the meeting behind closed doors, the governor said the March 14th killing of the military personnel was in contrast with the peace accord earlier signed by the conflicting parties.
It was very sad because Delta State is governed within the tenet of rules of law and decency. So what happened is not in line with what we are doing in Delta State, because I have promised Deltans that I'm going to be governor for all Deltans, and we have been enjoying peace. What is happening now is something that we did not bargain for, but we want to assure everybody that there will be no more attack on the villages. If there's anyone that has happened in the past, we've all agreed. All the security agencies are putting us together. We're on the same page to fish out the real culprit, because innocent people will not suffer from it, and they have assured that no innocent person will be victimized.
Delta State Governor Sheriff Orobwari. In the meantime, Senate has condemned what it describes as the horrific murder of officers and soldiers in Okwama community in Delta State while on a peacekeeping mission last Thursday. The legislators say those responsible must be apprehended and made to pay for this heinous act. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports on this and other considerations at plenary.
May the souls of our gallant soldiers who were murdered in very horrific circumstances in cool blood in Okwama community of Delta State in the course of carrying out their civic responsibilities rest in perfect peace.
What happened in Delta was not an accident. It was a designed and well-orchestrated effort to kill our military men.
It's not every day, even in a war situation, it's not every day a country suffers this kind of loss.
The military cannot, they don't even have they don't have the power to even go and start killing innocent persons. So long as that will not be accepted, we will also not accept the situation where people will also attack and kill the military.
No stone should be left unturned in trying to find out these culprits.
Lawmakers reacting to the killing of officers and soldiers when the issue was raised by Senator Abdul Aziz Adwa.
Gravity of the recent attacks on military personnel, recognizing their impact on national security and peace.
Through our inquiries, if we mix with the communities and try to find out what actually went wrong, we may even assist both parties to reach amicable resolution. But nobody, no country will accept the kind of thing that we have just witnessed.
Senate calls for immediate compensation to families of the slain military personnel. Senate has approved 1.282 trillion naira as Federal Capital Administration statutory budget for 2024. Also approved is the budget of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, totaling 446 billion naira for 2024. As requested by President Bola Tinubu, Senate has confirmed the appointments of Managing Director and Executive Directors of the Asset Management Company of Nigeria, AMCON. Meanwhile, Senate has passed the bill to establish National Youth Service Corps Trust Fund, which seeks provision of sustainable source of funds for skill acquisition and empowerment of corps members, among others. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Staying at the National Assembly, the House of Representatives has called for a thorough investigation into the killing of the 17 soldiers who were ambushed last week while on a peacekeeping mission in Okwama community in Ughelli South local government area of Delta State. The lawmaker.
Honorable Jimmy Benson. Adopting a motion of urgent national importance by Representative Babajimi Benson, lawmakers describe the killings of soldiers in Delta State as an affront not only on the military but the nation at large, saying that the perpetrators must be unmasked.
Acts like this, by the very people the Nigerian armed forces are meant to protect, have the potential of demoralizing the military and affecting the war on insecurity and insurgency, which has so far recorded some huge successes.
And I appeal to our military in the face of this huge provocation to please observe some international protocol and human and stop the current burning going on in the community so that investigations can go on and the real culprits are apprehended and brought before justice.
The House received an executive bill from President Bola Tinubu seeking to provide new salaries and allowances for judicial office holders in the country.
To end the prolonged stagnation in their remuneration and to reflect contemporary socio-economic realities. The bill will also ensure significant improvement in the welfare, capacity and independence of the judiciary.
Meanwhile, a bill for an act to establish the Federal University of Solid Mineral Development, Michika, Adamawa State, scaled second reading.
Will address this critical gap by providing a dedicated platform for education, research, and innovation in the exploration and utilization of solid minerals.
Adopting other motions, the House has mandated its Committee on Treaties, Protocols and Agreements to investigate an alleged trade deal between Nigeria and the United Kingdom, which allows UK lawyers to practice in Nigeria.
While the deal seeks to foster collaboration between the film and media industries in the United Kingdom and Nigeria, it does not cater for the interests of Nigerian lawyers, as there are no such provisions or opportunities for them to practice their trade in the United Kingdom.
The sum of 1.28 trillion naira was approved and passed as the 2024 statutory budget of the FCT administration. From the National Assembly, Mitairi Ikben, NTA News.
Well, Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris has assured Nigerians that relevant security agencies are at work to unravel and bring to justice killers of the military personnel in Okwama community in Delta State. The minister appeals for calm from those in the affected community as President Bola Tinubu is not overwhelmed with the security situation in parts of the country.
Any attack on armed forces is an attack on the nation itself. It's unacceptable. The president has made it that clear. Of course, this is not something that any nation will condone. But at the same time, as the commander-in-chief and as someone who is also very passionate about having a peaceful resolution of every situation, he has asked for calm. He has asked that the community cooperate with the armed forces so that we can fish out those who are the perpetrators of this act. And he has also asked and enjoined members of the armed forces to also limit themselves to only those who are involved in this. Of course, all those involved will not go unpunished.
Salihu Guanara reports that the minister also assured that security agencies are working for the safe return of all kidnapped victims without the payment of ransom.
I want to assure Nigerians that the armed forces and the security agencies are working around the clock to ensure that these children are reunited once again with their family members. They are going to come back. This is a message that the president has always reiterated. It is sad, it is unfortunate, it shouldn't have happened. It has happened. The armed forces are working around the clock. And let me also reiterate the message of Mr. President. The issue of ransom is not something that the president condones. A government would not accept the payment of ransom in any way, form or shape.
Security, the minister reassured, will continue to occupy its place of priority on the list of federal government's objectives. Now, members of the Federal Executive Council are reassuring President Tinubu of support and commitment to ensuring his success in leading Nigeria to greater prosperity. This was at a special iftar breaking of the Ramadan fast with members of the council, service chiefs and some selected heads of agencies at the State House. Vice President Kashim Shettima spoke on behalf of his principal and acknowledged the genuine intention of President Bola Tinubu towards ensuring that Nigeria is transformed for the better. He implores members of the council and other heads of agencies to fully cooperate with the president and give their best in their respective responsibilities.
We have crossed the Rubicon and the nation is on a path to sustain growth. Some nations have gone through worse phases in the annals of their history than us. The president means well for the nation. He has a good heart for the nation, and we have a moral imperative to support him in whatever way we can to salvage the ship of the state. Let's keep each other in prayers. Let's pray for the restoration of peace and stability in the country. Locally, the economy is turning the corner. By the grace of God, in the coming months, we shall have a bountiful harvest season, and we shall all smile once again.
About the shape of the nation, may He continually help you and all of us to steer the ship of the nation to the shore of success.
This is the second special iftar hosted by the president this Ramadan, after that of the state governors held last week. This is the news at 10 on NTA News 24. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. You're welcome back. The federal government is embarking on an initiative dedicated to the development of renewable energy projects across its entire value chain. Vice President Kashim Shettima gave the assurance while presiding over a joint venture agreement signing for the 20 megawatts Shiroro solar generating company between the Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority and the North-South Power Limited. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
Developing the necessary infrastructure for renewable energy generation and distribution is a significant challenge the federal government and other stakeholders are committing efforts to ensure energy security. This informed the signing of the 20 megawatts Shiroro solar generating company between Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority and the North-South Power Limited. And the federal government is taking steps to overcome these barriers and promote sustainable renewable energy adoption in Nigeria.
The federal government of Nigeria, under the able leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, remains steadfast in supporting initiatives that drive economic growth, enhance energy security, and protect our environment. I also urge all stakeholders involved in this venture to uphold the principles of transparency, accountability, and inclusivity throughout the project's life cycle.
Nigeria's existing energy infrastructure is predominantly fossil fuel based, with limited grid connectivity to rural and remote areas.
Outside boosting the nation's energy supply, this venture will also accelerate the country's energy transition plan, which is aimed at achieving zero net emission by year 2060. In the medium term, however, it is also planned that our total energy supply will reach 30,000 megawatts by year 2030, out of which 30% of the output is targeted to come from renewable energy. This is the Vision 30-30-30.
As a demonstration or proof of concept project, this will catalyze significant orders of generation projects within the renewable space in the short future.
We will continue to blaze the trail in our own small space as best as possible to ensure that we give Nigeria the best. And the fact that NSI come on board, it shows the quality of management of North-South Power. I'm sure they did a lot of due diligence to even be ready to partner with us.
Stakeholders in the sector at the meeting said investment in the grid infrastructure and technology innovation can help address technical challenges and enhance the reliability of renewable energy sources in the country. From the State House, Abraman Jibrila, NTA News.
Meanwhile, in Akwa Ibom State, work is ongoing at the construction site of a power substation undertaken by the Ministry of Power and the Transmission Company of Nigeria at Ididep, Ibom local government area. Etieno Ibanga reports that the project is expected to meet the power needs of neighboring states when completed.
A visit to this power substation project indicates that 2 power transformers and accessories are already on the ground.
And from the fund provided, we will be able to procure the offshore equipment. The offshore equipment ranging from the transformer to number 30 by 40 MVA power transformer 132/3.
The project sits on 9 hectares of land with a perimeter fencing at the site at about 80% completion, with height and cutting dish of about 6 meters from the natural ground when completed.
We have completed the transformer plinth. The earthwork has been done, cutting and filling. We don't want to bring transformer and put it on ground. We don't want to bring equipment without the fence. At the same time, we started the block of fence. You can see it's going. It's a federal government funded project, and it's well conceived. The idea is okay because the community here, they will be the beneficiary, and the industry will now spring off.
This substation, which is put at about 6 billion naira when completed, will address the power needs of Ibionibom, Ini, parts of Odupani in Cross River State, as well as Arochukwu in Abia State. The project is executed by indigenous contractors.
Senator Itainang, immediate past special advisor to former President Muhammadu Buhari on National Assembly matters, is a native of Ididep and has been a strong source of inspiration for the project, expected to improve the lives of Nigerians. Etienne Ibanga, NTA News.
And residents of Lugbe and environs in the Abuja Municipal Area Council of the FCT converged with frustration and hope at a town hall meeting organized by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC. Hakimat Ali reports that the gathering served as a platform for residents to voice their long-standing grievances regarding electricity supply in their communities.
Significant turnout of residents here from communities around Lugbe, eager to voice their concerns and seek solutions to ongoing challenges with electricity supply. The town hall meeting is an initiative of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, emphasizing the importance of collaboration among stakeholders to ensure reliable and efficient power distribution.
This is the 3rd time we're holding this in Abuja. Our intention is to just get to the grassroots, get to these customers that have no access to the commission.
Residents were mobilized by the National Orientation Agency to actively participate in the discussions. Various agitations during the interactive session include erratic power supply, billing discrepancies, infrastructure maintenance, and customer service responsiveness.
We are believing and praying that they will definitely move around the whole area councils.
This meeting is very timely because it has only enacted the hurts and the pains of the AEDC customers.
We're not particularly happy with some of the comments. We're going to continue to do what we can to educate customers and to work with these stakeholders just to ensure that, power is improved, and of course, to ensure that our customers are happy.
NERC representatives assured residents of their commitment to enforcing regulations to ensure that electricity providers meet their obligations to consumers. In Abuja, Hakimat Aliu, NTA News.
In other news, the governor of Gombe State, Mahamadou Inuwa, has stressed efficient financial management is key to preventing corruption and ensuring prudence in spending taxpayers' money. The governor reiterated this in a message by the State Commissioner for Finance and Economic Development at a workshop to revise the Financial Instructions and Public Finance Bill. Emmanuel Akila reports that the workshop is facilitated by international development partners.
Financial managers come together to look at ways to validate and revise Gombe State Financial Instructions and Public Finance Bill, which has been in operation for the past 2 decades. This is to bring innovations that are in tandem with current global financial practices to ensure prudence in the ways government manages the state funds.
With the passage of time and new initiatives, new ways of doing things, we felt that there was no other way than to reform and also to ensure that we have a new document that will be able to stand the test of time.
The exercise is a critical reform that requires all hands to be on deck for all stakeholders to imbibe the new system.
We have worked on it several times. I've been working for over 4 months now. So today is the final step for the financial instruction. Hopefully, at the end of the day, we are going to have a final draft that we will present to government.
What we are doing today, inshallah, we should be able to come up with a very solid document that will guide the way and manner we use public funds.
For 2 days, financial experts from the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, Nigeria State Accountability, Transparency and Effectiveness State-to-State Activity would engage the participants towards fashioning out new financial instructions for the state. In Gombe, Emmanuel Akila, NTA News.
Let's get a bit on politics now. Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has urged political parties fielding candidates in the off-season governorship elections in Edo and Ondo states to keep to the deadline for submission of candidates, as the Commission will not grant requests for extension of dates. This was at a meeting between the Commission and the political parties at the Commission's quarterly consultative session. Timothy Yusuf reports.
Political parties have about 20 days to upload the list and personal particulars of their candidates to the INEC portal for the Edo governorship election. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu disclosed that so far, only 6 political parties have uploaded their nominations to the INEC portal. And ahead of the conduct of primaries for the Ondo governorship election, the INEC chairman revealed that only 16 out of 19 political parties have indicated interest in participating in the election, and also expressed concern over acrimonious parties' primary election, which could lead to litigations from aggrieved aspirants.
The legal fees and cost of producing certified true copies of documents can be used more productively in other electoral activities by both political parties and the Commission. We must find a solution to this situation.
Chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, Yusuf Maman Dantale, assured maximum cooperation with INEC to ensure credibility of the 2 off-cycle governorship elections in the 2 states.
IPAC will be proactive to ensure that the Edo and Ondo state gubernatorial elections meet the expectations of Nigerians and international community. So there should be no excuse for poor performance.
Dantale also hinted that IPAC would submit proposals to the National Assembly for review of certain provisions in the Electoral Act to instill sanity in the electoral process. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
You're still on to the news at 10 on NTA News 24. More reports again after this break.